Hey gamers, welcome back to another epic gaming podcast. Today we'll be talking about that and the Call of Duty and Dark Souls.
Alright.
Dark Souls Mobile.
Dark Souls Mobile. It's not even Dark Souls anymore, it's a Battle Royale.
Battle Royale Dark Souls with motion controls. But yeah, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I actually do have something, Ace, that I want to start off with. I want to make sure I get this thought in my head out there.
Is it we live in a society and gamers must rise up?
Well, Ace, you know me too well. That's just always on my mind, but not this time, actually.
You don't get the reference.
I guess not, but I'd like to. I'm not gonna. Have you seen the Joker movie yet?
I haven't. No, I have not.
Okay, I'll keep it spoiler free. But one second, my intern's handing me a card. Thank you. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you, Phil. Phil's back, by the way. Anyway, yeah. I saw the Joker movie the day before it came out, October 3rd, because my theater, the one that I live near, usually shows movies ahead of time, which is pretty cool. So I was really excited. Went with my family and we saw the Joker. It's a masterpiece. It's a dark masterpiece. It's not a
emo.
It's not an emo thing, but it's not like a stereotypical comic book movie.
They want to kill everybody.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, oh, I had a bad day. Shoot, bang, bang. It was more like a systematic, mental decline, and it was very well done. Cinematography was great. Music, whoever composed the music is a genius.
The music is actually really well done.
Yes.
I really like it.
Yes, and see, you've only seen the trailer, right? And did it make you intrigued?
It did. I don't usually get hyped for stuff because raising your standards and shit like that, you're always gonna be disappointed. So I keep my levels of excitement way down on the floor, so I don't hype something up too much. I'm pretty sure everybody does that, not just me. So I was like, well, it could be good, it could be, but maybe not as well. But just from the trailer, I really liked it, and I know that when I see it, I probably will think it's just as good as a movie as I originally thought it was until I lowered my standards.
Well, it's there's movies that have great trailers, and then the movies don't perform as well as the trailers led people on to believe they would. If that makes sense. For example, another DC movie had an amazing trailer, Suicide Squad. Was it a great movie? It was not. Everybody hyped up for a big stink in Hollywood. But the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix played the Joker. Did an amazing job with building his character. Really, really got into it. He actually, to simulate the laughter from people who have mental illnesses that go into fits of laughter, rephrase that. To simulate the laugh that Joker has, but then kind of tie it to a mental illness.
Insane asylum.
Yeah, he actually sorry, I'm just so excited.
Put his own spin on it.
He put his own spin on it, but he also actually studied the laughter of people who actually have conditions where they'll go into fits of laughter that are not necessarily attached to any emotion. It's more of a coping mechanism, but he really, really put a lot of work into it. The costume design was great. The props and the way they made you believe you were witnessing a someone's life in the late 70s, early 80s. It was a great film, and I think it's going to become a classic. But what I don't like is what the media is doing with the movie and saying it's provoking violence. I think it's doing the opposite.
Oh my god, here we go.
I think it's doing the entire opposite. because
Yeah,
it's a movie
no.
about movie about like showing how society fails people and how important it is to address mental illness, and that it's just displaying a time in which there was not really any great way of addressing mental illness, and even now we're just scratching the surface about how to treat people.
Yeah.
And then of course what's great is that they tie a comic book character into the movie. And apparently one of the directors said that they were not originally going to make a movie about the Joker. They were going to make a movie about a man who lived in a time that was not the best suited for his condition and his downfall. And then to get funding, they actually realized, hey, there's a perfect character we could tell the story through, and they chose the Joker. And yeah.
And they just did such a good job with it. I haven't seen it, of course, but I can kind of tell considering everything that you're saying about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I just think like Joker is such an overused character at this point, and he's so oversaturated that every movie that comes out like about Joker and stuff like that, you always just see it as like another Joker movie. Here we go, another disappointment. Or yeah, but this movie really shines a new light on Joker, and it'll probably, I still haven't seen it. Some people might have seen it, but I haven't, so I'm gonna say probably a lot. It's probably gonna be, for me anyway, a work of art, and Joker, I feel like it'll bring a new light to him. People will start seeing him almost as a hero, either know he's a villain, quote unquote. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah,
I have a lot less to say than you did.
Well, yeah, I've seen it. But
you're a loser.
Hey, I just really, as soon as I saw the trailer, or even saw a little snippet of the trailer, I was like, I'm seeing this as soon as possible. But yeah, you feel. What I will say from watching it is you will feel extreme sympathy for the character, even towards the end when it all goes to poo. But like when he starts acting violently, it'll actually break your heart. Like you'll feel like you're being betrayed, or like no, you won't. More like you'll feel like you've been let down, and you'll feel really sad for this character.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty shocking, and yes, it's very dark, and that's why it was rated R, and it's a very dark movie, and yes, it displays violence, but what movie doesn't display violence?
Oh.
Like, this is not like invoking some like, let's be clowns now and attack people. Like,
this is like the stupid video game communication shit. Video games cause violence. Kill them all. Kill them all. Yeah. You see, this is what video games are engraving into our skulls.
Our children's minds.
I saw there's this piece of armor in Destiny that very vaguely resembles an internet memo.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure they had to take the piece of armor out because people were just bashing on the game. I think it was like KKK or some shit like that. It had KK on it, so, and it obviously didn't mean anything. It was just a stupid piece of armor. This is another thing that I want to get into. Violence in video games. There is no whatsoever like study that has shown that video games cause violence. All right?
Yeah.
It's like Dr. Phil said, all right? Video games are for pleasure. Ice cream is for pleasure. You have them both, you become a school shooter. No, I'm joking.
the great text of Dr. Phil.
That reminds me of that one meme. It's like, kid shoots up school. Also kid, played Mario Kart for 0.01 seconds.
Yeah. It's like, see, okay, the way I think about it is, it's a simulation, and if it really causes violence, it doesn't. Well, first of all, I don't believe it does. But for those who do, if you think about it in this way, those who usually see a simulation, a fake thing, an artificial version of life, interactive game. They see this game that has violence in it. Those who are inspired, which will lack for a better word, are inspired to do violent acts against other people.
We're already violent.
Yeah, they were either already violent or they're easily susceptible to like duplicating other like harmful behaviors based off. They're susceptible to it. It's not the video game's fault. Like, think about it. Did Donkey Kong did Donkey Kong the arcade game, the classic one where you're walking up the side of the building trying to save the princess and you bash the ape on the head, did that cause a period of time where a bunch of short people
crazy psychopaths
short people ran up to gorillas and just started beating the heck out of them with a hammer? Like, no.
Come here, you fucking monkey fuck. Yeah, I bet you like that.
It's like, that's a poor example, but it only gets, I guess, I don't know, you get my point. Like, it doesn't directly cause any sort of violence.
Yeah. Another thing that I would like to say about on the topic of violence would well, we're technically going back around in a circle back to the Joker movie, but the stupid violence allegations against the Joker movie, like you already previously foretained. Ooh, I'm using fancy words now.
Yeah.
It has an R rating for a reason. If you're a kid, don't see it.
If you can't handle that stuff, don't see it.
If you're a man-child who likes to cry on Twitter about pointless bickering, don't see it. If you're someone who is easily triggered, don't see it. All right. It just annoys me how they can take a work of art like Halo. Halo 2 was such a good game, and to see it ragged on as much as it did, it just kind of makes me mad, because these are people's passion projects. These are things that people are working hours on, days, months, years. Some games take like 4 to 5 years to finish. Movies also take that long, because you got the acting and everything, and then for people to just bash it because it's violent. Who the fuck gives a shit? And if it does make some people violent, like mentioned again, they were already violent to begin with. What are you gonna do? Eradicate all violence off the face of this earth by eliminating violence?
Yeah, at that point, okay, yeah, like to exaggerate, but at that point, if you're saying that people should not be exposed to like artificial forms of like displayed violence and like even entertainment where there's a bad guy and a good guy, if you take all of that out, in reality the world is going to always have conflicts, and then not educating people about these conflicts will lead to more violence because people will not understand the cost of it. And so in a way, it's the ultimate, like, the I don't know the term for it.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, like you censor. Okay, when you're well, okay, how about this? Better example: when you're a parent, when a parent is parenting a child, and if they over censor everything in their lives, those children usually end up to be either more violent, or they watch very dark movies or do stuff that they weren't even had a didn't even have a whiff of in their childhood. Like people who aren't exposed to this will try to overexpose themselves once they're like free of their parents' control. And what you need to do is expose to them in small doses and let them grow and mature. If you censor them from everything in the world, even the news or violence in video games or video games that are fake things,
Did you just say nudes?
No, I said news.
Oh, the Gmail call glitched out and it was like nudes.
I mean, come on, guys, just show them something. No, but if you censor them from everything, then there's no chance for them to grow and mature and realize what is right or wrong, because they're not exposed to the wrong. They're not exposed to the right or wrong. But yeah, kind of flimsy explanation of my argument, but I don't know why, I'm just really pumped whenever I talk about the Joker movie, because for a while now, my favorite movie was The Silent Voice, and
Oh yeah.
it still remains my favorite, but at this point, I don't know, when someone asks me, what's your favorite movie? I really don't know anymore, because the Joker is on that level of, like, epicness, I guess.
Just say all of them.
All of them. I like all movies.
When anyone asks me, like, if I'm not comfortable giving my opinion on a certain topic or something like that, I'll say all of them. Like,
All of them.
hey, what's your favorite video game? Because Destiny was, like, it was a shit game when it came out. I was like, oh, I like all games. It's like, what's that word? It's like my fallback word that I use for that shit. Man. So we've talked about Joker. We've talked about violence in video games. We need another political. We have a political discussion every time. Let's see. Yes, Gamer Girl Bathwater, which we talked about 2 weeks ago. Just kidding. Belle Delphine went to, quote unquote, went to jail. I'm sure she didn't. But I saw that on Twitter this morning. That was pretty interesting.
Well, apparently, the Scotland Yard heard that this random lady, or I don't know how old she is, but like a random lady is selling used bathwater. They're like, okay, now wait a second, this breaks some sort of law. I mean, this isn't right? And it is.
Yeah,
it
the
is
law
legal.
of human decency.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's Jim from Parliament was like, yeah, I don't know if this is right, guys. It's under the "this is the dumbest crap that someone's ever done" law, and we gotta take her in. But
Gotta take her thing. The fact that she named it Gamer Girl Bathwater just makes it so much better, because you just kind of. I don't like saying meme a lot. That's why I substitute it with meme to come off ironic. I don't like using the word meme, but she's embracing the meme of being a gamer girl, if you will.
Yeah. Hey, and if her career ever falls down, and like
she just sell gamer girl bathwater again.
Well, yeah, do that, or when she's trying to apply for a job, they're like, "Oh, have you ever committed a felony?" And they're like, you're like, "Yes," and like, "Please describe in your application." And you're like, "I sold bathwater that I used to random people on the internet." And they're like, okay. Sorry, you're not gonna be working at McDonald's today. Oh, could you just say what you just said again? It didn't. The call glitched out.
We don't want bathwater in our McNuggets.
McNugs.
McNugs.
Oh, by the way, the McRib is back.
Oh, that's right. That reminds me. My friend, he tweeted at McDonald's. He said, "Oh my God, the McRib is back." McDonald's responded to him, and he's like, "Yes, sir, Bob, it is back." And it's funny because he's allergic. He's allergic to it.
Oh, that's no fun.
I was like, wait, why is that ironic? And he says, "I'll die if I eat it." And the funny thing is, he had it in his description, "I'll die if I eat the McRib."
Wow. Yeah, see, the thing is about McDonald's is I try not to eat there, but I'm not above McDonald's. Like, I'll go there and eat food. Like, it's not like, oh, I can't go to McDonald's. But like it's good food, definitely horrible for you. But when the McRib comes back, I just I make my yearly pilgrimage over and go, "Hey, sir,
raiding the McDonald's headquarters next year."
We need to find the crates of McRib that they're hiding from us.
Oh my God. The crates of McRib. Yummy.
Crates of pre-made McRib sitting in a shipping yard for 30 years, but they're still perfectly healthy because of all the preservatives in there.
You just brought the image of 30-year-old McRibs in my mind, and it's covered in grease, but somehow it's still moldy and just disgusting.
But they reheat it, and the mold just disappears, and it's like, oh, it's fine.
Dude,
the FDA won't care.
Yeah, I got McDonald's once, and I actually got food poisoning from it.
Oof, what did you get?
Huh?
What did you
I
get?
got
What did you order?
I like not the kids like chicken tenders, the 10-piece McNuggets, but I actually got like the tenders there, and dude, they were fucking disgusting, dude. They tasted like shit, but I was starving, so I ate them anyway. And
Oof.
I wound up getting food poisoning, and let me tell you, brother, they call me the disemboweler. I don't like food poisoning.
Oof. That does not. Yeah, most.
Yeah,
It's not a good sign when you get when you earn a title from being sick.
yeah.
But
No,
like,
my friend used to he used to call me this one nickname. It was like a Loaster or some shit like that. Because I don't know if you've ever watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm
I've
pretty sure
not.
you.
But please continue.
Uh, there's this character named Joe Joester, and he called me Low Loaster, and it sounds fucking cringy, but it was like the coolest nickname ever. When I was like, what, in sixth, eighth, seventh? Yeah, I think it was when I was in seventh. But jeez,
That kind of stuff, especially between friends, is like kind of timeless. Like it doesn't matter like if it's cool or not. Like it meant something, and your favorite character or one of your favorite characters, like you've given a similar nickname. So I don't know. Don't think it's cringy because everybody has stuff like that that just means a little more than it sounds like it does. You know.
yeah, I guess you're right. It's all about that sentimental value, yo.
Yo.
All right, so we've hit every gamer girl water. Hold on.
Gaming Pro Athlete. Shuffling through your notes. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Gamer girl bathwater politics, violence.
It's very general.
Joker movie.
All politics.
Hold on. It's on the back. Where is it? Did I even write it down? Oh, right. Mental health awareness. Look, guys, if you're suffering from any mental health issues, call 770-777-7777 to get your free on-site estimate for mental health awareness, of course.
What
All
number is
right.
that?
Huh?
What
It's
number
not
is
a,
that?
it's not a real number.
Oh gosh. But in all seriousness, guys, we actually went on not a rant, more of like a inspired message about mental health in one of our other podcasts, but the footage got corrupted. Well, not corrupted. It wouldn't function in my editor for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, it just got shit. Like your editing system, get debut, man. It's so much better, and it doesn't cost. It does cost that much. Never mind. They had a sale when I got it, and it was like $5.
But anyway,
It's like
guys, just if you are aware of that of your mental illness, or you're aware of your condition, or maybe you've noticed that um you may maybe if you notice that you seem a lot more reactive to certain feelings, or you're easily triggered by certain things in life, or you feel alone, or you feel like you're surrounded by people that don't care, or you just feel like you're in a dark place. And I hate not being able to use my 100% of my brain power here to talk about this, because it's a subject that I'm very passionate about, and I speak at like things for it a lot. But get 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 help. Talk to people. Know that your family or your guardians are there for you, and if you're in a bad situation where you're not at school, there are counselors that are trained and well equipped to talk to you. And if you can afford therapy, I definitely don't think of it as like I don't therapy. They're just gonna listen to me talk. In some cases, that can be the best thing for you to get all of your feelings out, to rant. And even if you don't go into it thinking like, oh, they're not my friend, they don't care about me, they don't know about me. They don't have to. They're there to give advice. They're there to medicate you, and they're there for your use, your personal use. They're there to absorb your feelings and your emotions, and for their office to be a safe place to express what's going on in your life. And don't feel ashamed. Don't think that don't be afraid of getting medicated. Don't be afraid of getting diagnosed. But yeah, that's
It's all about it's all a part of being human, honestly. I'm very passionate about mental health, like my good old buddy here, XO AJ, as podcast known. But even just talking to a friend, that's perfectly fine. But one thing that I do gotta say, I lost two friends recently. I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but honestly, if you think someone is just there to just get something out of you, get a reaction or some shit like that, if they go and they talk behind your back, they're probably not the best people to talk about mental illnesses to. I learned that. Okay, that's not being harsh on anybody who's like that. I'm just saying that don't talk to fake people that are going to give you a fake reaction, if you catch my drift. It's getting harder to explain this as time goes on, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's well said, and I hope the sentiment from our discussion gets to you guys. But very interesting episode. I think we're gonna end it here. I'm pretty proud of this one because I was waiting for a literal week to just talk about the Joker movie, and I'm kind of glad that it led to this subject matter. But go see the Joker movie. It's out right now. I'm not paid to say this, but I would definitely take a sponsorship. Warner Brothers.
Pretend that we have the sponsorship so they notice us. Okay, we can get a copyright strike or whatever the fuck we'll get for faking a sponsorship. But as long as we get we pretend to get a sponsorship, they'll go check out the movie. So
yeah, sponsored by Warner Brothers. the giant titan of a film company sponsored this tiny podcast. But whatever. See you guys next time. See the Joker movie. Get help. Talk to people. Love you guys.
Don't be a bitch.
Okay.